Today's story is about two classmates who did not like each other at all. But circumstances brought them to a place where it was very difficult to survive, and they were stuck together on an island for months. After that, how they survive on this island and what they do with each other, we will see in today's whole story. So, hello friends, my name is Ishita, and today's story begins by showing us a beautiful girl named Amma, who wakes up early in the morning to go to her school. She gets ready. Amma is a very good and famous student in her school and has many friends. And he wakes up late in the morning and after going straight to the bathroom and brushing his teeth. He immediately comes back and sits down to play video games. Then his father Jack tells him that you will be late for school. At the same time, we see Amma and her younger sister Stasi, whom their mother comes to drop to school again and again. After that, Ma reaches school and meets her best friend Lizzie, and when they were talking, a student named Steven comes and says hi to Ma and this. Seeing this, lazy Ma starts teasing him. Now, on the same day in the class, Mr. Christian Sen, who is their teacher. He tells that the bus will leave for the trip to Trinidad Island the next morning at 7 a.m. sharp, and he further tells that Ma reaches the class late, and Dean also comes from behind and greets Ma and says, "Sorry, princess," to her. After this, when Mr. Christian was giving more information about the same trip, Lazy tells Ahmed that Dean is also going on the trip because of his father's money, and then she makes a face looking at Dean. Now, during lunch, Lazy tells her friends what happened between Amma and Steven in the morning, and says that on the trip, we will have a week to use our magic to make Amma do action with Steven. But Amma says that we should leave all this and focus on the trip. Now, when everyone was talking, Ma's eyes fell on Dean, who was cutting an apple with a knife. Now, after a while, Miss Coldier, who is a teacher, comes to Dean and scolds him for bringing a knife to school, and then takes him to the principal's office. Then Lizzie tells her friends that Amma should not be with boys like Dean, when a hot boy from school likes Amma. Now, next day morning, Amma gets ready for the trip, and thanks her mother Barbara and father, Film, for letting her go on the trip. On the other hand, Dean does not want to go on the trip, so his father Jack tells him how much effort he made to get him a place on the trip despite him breaking the school rules, after which he agrees to go. Now further, we see that Mr. Christian Sen asks everyone to board the bus. Now while boarding the bus, Steven asks M.A. "How are you?" which again teases Emma Lazy, but M.A. does not pay attention to him. Now within some time they reach Trinidad Island, and while getting down from the bus, Miss Courier tells everyone that everyone can enjoy in the pool for some time, but everyone has to come before dinner, and the program will start from the next day. Now, after some time, Amma and all her friends go to the pool where Amma meets Steven, and everyone starts having fun in the pool together, but Dean is all alone on the balcony. He is watching all this from the house. Now, that same evening, one of Amma's lazy friends comes and tells Amma that Steven has invited them to a party, which is happening in a local board here. But Me refuses to hear this, but her friends insist and convince her. After that, they come to the board for the party, and after reaching there, Emmy starts looking for Helen in the party. But then she sees that Steven is kissing another girl, and seeing this, Amma starts leaving from there, and Dean is also watching all this from the same side. Then he tells Amma that your boyfriend is having fun, so she tells Dean that you should not have anything to do with all this. Now suddenly the police comes there because the police came to know that the students here are taking drugs in the party and asks everyone to come in, front of the board. Then suddenly, Ma slips and falls in the water, and Dean sees her falling, so he also jumps into the water to save her. And then after saving her, he takes her to a small board. Now the rope of that board was attached to the big board, so Dean cuts that rope, and when Emma asks, he says, both of them reached the Arabian Sea with the board. Dean's phone had got wet, so he asks Amma to give him his phone, but there was no network in Amma's phone. Then Amma tells Dean that we should have followed the party board. Then Dean says, "Don't worry, someone will come to pick us up." They were talking when suddenly Amma sees an island at a distance, after which Dean starts taking the boat towards that island. And after a lot of difficulties, both of them reach that island. And after reaching there, Amma again checks the phone's network, but there is no network there either. Then Dean finds a flare gun on that boat, so he takes it, and then both of them start moving forward in the hope that they will get some help further ahead. On the other hand, due to the party at the hotel last night, Mr. Christian cancels the trip. Then Lizzie tells the scholar that Amma has not returned to the hotel, and she thought that maybe Amma was with someone else last night, so she did not tell anyone, and she tells that she last saw Ma on the party board. After this, Mr. Christian Sen takes everyone's attendance. Then he comes to know that the dean is also not present there. Now they come to know that both Dean and Ma are missing from the group. After that, the police come and interrogate Emma's friends. So Miss Korean asks the police if there is any way to find them. The police says that such cases happen often and maybe they will come back on their own. But if they are stranded somewhere in the sea, then it can be a bit difficult to find them. And when Dean's father comes to know that his son is lost, he immediately goes to school and meets Amma's mother, Barbara, there. And at the same time, Phil also comes there. And here, everyone gets worried and starts asking the principal about the loss of both the children. But the principal is not able to give a proper answer, after which all three of them leave from there. Amma and Dean were moving forward, and after walking some distance, they saw a beautiful waterfall inside the forest. Dean likes it so much that he asks Amma to take a picture of him, but Amma refuses. She says that we are stuck here and you are enjoying it here. I needed good marks for the project in this trip. I have to study further in Pristan University. If we are not able to get out of here as soon as possible, then everything will be ruined. After this, they move forward, and after a few hours, both of them reach the very edge of the island. But till now, they had neither found any way nor any help. Seeing this, they think of going back towards the board. After that, both of them go back towards the board and see that their board is not on the shore. The waves of the sea had taken the board somewhere, and now they only find a life jacket there. Then we see that they were tired of walking all day and the sun also sets. After this, Dean lights a fire and both decide to stay here tonight. Dean sees that Amma is feeling cold, so he takes off his shirt and gives it to Amma. Then both start talking that maybe by tomorrow our parents will find us and take us out. Now we see that it is morning, and Dean goes and sees that Me is not here, so he goes looking for her and sees that Emmy is writing SOS on the seashore. So he asks, "What are you doing?" She says, "You are trying to save lives and we have to find water to drink." After that, Dean goes swimming and Amma starts watching him. On the other side in the hotel, Mr. Christian Sen Ahmed and Dean later tell their parents that the police are looking for them and the police have found a small vote on which probably both of them were. Then Jack says that if the police is not able to do anything, then we can hire a private rescue team. But Mr. Christian Sam says that the police are doing their job well, and they will find the children as soon as possible. There we see that Amma is taking water to drink when she starts feeling something strange. She feels that there is someone around her and is watching her, so she gets scared and runs away from there. After this, both of them together make a small hut with leaves to save themselves from the sun, and after a while, Ma writes SOS in a big way on the seashore, so that if the rescue team passes by here, they can find her. Then both of them start eating whatever they find edible on the island, and Dean finds a banana tree, and he plucks it and eats both the bananas. Now it is very hot on this island, and she cannot wear a banana plant. And she cannot even wear a pant, so she cuts her full pant and makes it short. After this, Emmy sees that Dean is sleeping in that hut, so she also comes and sleeps near him. Then suddenly Dean turns towards Emmy and puts his hand on her. But M.A. likes it, and she doesn't say anything. Then the next day, when M.A. is bathing in the waterfall, Dean comes and asks her for sunscreen. Then M.A.D. tells her that I am bathing here, you go to the other side. Then Dean says that you yourself have asked me to guard here. Hearing this, M.A. says that there is someone else in this island, that's why I told you. Meanwhile, at the hotel, Barbara was very worried about Emma, and it was being told in the news that the case of Emma and Dean's disappearance has now become official. And now the police think that both of them are dead, and now they are searching for their bodies. And then he was getting ready to go home because Emma's younger sister is alone in the house, but she is still scared. So Barbara tells her that she will find Emma, and saying this, he hugs her. After which, the next day, Jack sets out with Barbara in a helicopter to find Amma and Dean, and it is about to be night on the same island. And Amma is telling Dean that she is missing her family a lot. Then Dean finds a human skull there. Amma gets very scared after seeing it and says that, like us, he must have also got trapped here and this is his condition, and now our condition will also become like this. But Dean tells her that he might have been a fisherman or a smuggler who died here. But we have our parents behind us, and we are not alone here, and assures her that if we keep supporting each other like this, then we will never die here, and one day we will definitely go back home. And after saying this, then he starts kissing Amma. Amma was kissing someone for the first time, and she was enjoying it, and it was already night. Then what was to happen? Dean crossed all limits, and a storm comes on the island. And Ma was very happy to enjoy this storm for the first time. Then in the morning, Ma goes and sees that Dean is not there, so she starts calling Dean. But she could not find him, so Ma gets very scared and goes into the forest to find him. And after going a little further, she sees that Dean is digging a pit, so Amma could not understand why Dean is doing this. Then suddenly Amma falls and she gets hurt on her knee, after which Dean immediately starts treating her injury and tells her that nothing will happen to you. Then both of them start bathing in the waterfall, and here Dean tells Emma that his mother died in a car accident, and Emma starts listening to him carefully. Then after a while it starts raining, and Dean starts having fun in it, and Emma is happy to see him. After which both of them start dancing in the rain, and Dean puts a flower in Emma's hair. Now Mr. D tells them that I want to enjoy the storm again. Then Dean once again starts preparing to bring the storm. At the same time, it is told in the news that a month has passed since Amma and Dean went missing, and the police think that they are no longer alive. Therefore, the police have officially stopped searching for them. But Amma's friend still believes that Amma and Dean are still alive. And Barbara also feels the same, and she goes again with Jack to search for her daughter Amma by helicopter, and to search for them properly. They are distributing slips to everyone, on which information about Amma and Dean was given. After doing all this, Jack tells Barbara that they have tried everything but still Amma and Dean are not being found. Now maybe we should return home. Hearing this, Barbara becomes sad and goes home. On the other hand, Dean is telling Ahmed about the green light, which his mother told him about, and he tells that that light is seen during sunset. But Dean has never seen that light till date. Now they spend a few more weeks here, and both of them start enjoying the beautiful environment of the island. They bathe in the sea and have a lot of fun, and in this way they come very close to each other, and whenever they feel like it, they keep enjoying storms and earthquakes. Now after all this, MRD asks her, how did you do it for the first time, and who was she? So Dean tells that when I was in school, I had a friend who was older than me. Now Dean knew that this was MA's first time, so he asks her, how did you like it? She tells that it was good, but due to the storm, sand went to the wrong places. After this, Ahmed says that I want to have more experience, so Dean says that it is okay. Now further, we see that both of them go to the forest to bring some fruits, and Dean goes a little further and starts plucking fruits. Then suddenly they hear the sound of a plane. So both of them start running towards the open space, and Dean quickly comes and starts looking for a flag in Amma's bag to signal that plane, but he does not find it. But by then the plane goes very far away from them. Then Amma again starts looking for that flare gun, but she also does not find it. So Amma feels that there is someone else on that island who is stealing their things. Then we see that a few more days have passed, but only one plane has passed over them till now, and no one has come to save them. Both of them sit in the hut and start talking that they should now give up the hope of going back home and should decide to spend the entire time with each other here in the jungle. Then suddenly, Dean hears the sound of an animal, so Dean goes into the jungle to search for that animal. So Amma starts worrying about Dean, so she also goes behind him, and as soon as Dean goes a little ahead and looks at him, then there is a black panther there, and on seeing him he starts running. And after running a long distance, he suddenly falls on the ground. And when Amma reaches Dim while running, she sees that Dim has a knife covered with blood. And he has killed a black panther. Then we see that all the friends and parents of Amma and Dean start their life without them, and here Amma and Dean have also learned to live on the island and have decided to spend their life here, because the hope they had that someone would come to save them was also over now. They have also learned to hunt and live here in a hut, and leaving all hopes, they start spending their days happily with each other. Then one day, Amma starts vomiting, and seeing